This is NBC Palm Springs.
Thank you for joining us for your midday news. I'm Olivia Sandusky, and I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of NBC Palm Springs, our new weathercaster, Pablo Alsina. Thanks for being here with us today.
Love being here, and Olivia, thank you, because my first interview, I had lunch with you, with David, with sports director Tim, and you guys won me over. So I said,
good.
I have to join this amazing team.
Good. Well, we are happy to hear that, because while Pablo has been, you were here at the 6 a.m.,
Yes.
You're here with us for our 11 a.m. newscast, but in the coming weeks, we'll have you with our evening crew, so the 5, 6, and 11 p.m. newscasts.
Yes, I'm just filling in the morning while Jerry recovers. All the best to Jerry Stephan, he's the best. I'm just filling in, folks, but I'll be nighttime as well. But hopefully people like my energy and charisma as well.
Oh, I've got a good feeling about it. All right, so welcome, Pablo. We'll have that first forecast coming up in just a little bit, but let's get to your top story this morning. October 7th marks the 2-year anniversary of the attacks Hamas launched on Israel. It was the deadliest single day of violence since the nation was formed in 1948. Over the weekend, organizations across the country gathered to remember the lives lost since that time and the ensuing war. That includes local organizations like the Jewish Federation of the Desert. We spoke with the CEO about the gathering, which was titled, "A New Day Will Rise."
People from throughout the Coachella Valley have come together to honor the memory of those who perished on that day and to those who have perished since that day over the course of the last 2 years, and to find hope and solidarity with each other.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel is on the verge of a deal with Hamas to bring all the hostages home, those who are alive and those who are dead as well. Netanyahu adding Hamas will be disarmed. A series of earthquakes over the weekend rattled residents in and around the Big Bear area. This all started with a 3.3 magnitude quake 11:15 Saturday night. Then another 3.4 quake that happened just before 3 a.m. Sunday. Another one around 3:40. That was a magnitude 3.5. The U.S. Geological Survey says there were 2 more quakes right around 6 a.m. They classified those as aftershocks. There have been no injuries or damages reported, but quite a bit of shaking over the weekend. Crews will be driving around today spraying mosquito control treatments in Palm Springs. This comes after a mosquito tested positive in the area for West Nile virus. It's the first positive sample of the year. It was collected near South Camino Real and East Laverne Way. It's one of 11 positive samples collected in the Coachella Valley so far. Aerial and truck-mounted applications will continue through 7 p.m. through 7 a.m. That's all for a week starting today. They'll be using organic EPA-approved products that are safe for people, pets, and other wildlife. Travis Barker, the drummer for Blink-182, hosted his annual 5K run on Sunday, and this year it was in the Coachella Valley. The drummer invited people out to participate in his Run Travis Run event. It started at 8:30 in the morning over at the beautiful Civic Center Park in Palm Desert. You can see they got up on stage too. Barker saying it's just a way to bring like-minded people together, motivate people to get outside, walk or run for a few hours. He was in town because Blink-182 was playing at Acrisure Arena Saturday and Sunday, part of the arena's magnificent 7 lineup. Time now for Know Before You Go, where we tell you about all the road work and construction you need to know so you can avoid getting caught in the traffic. We'll turn now to Chris Gunterson with CV Sync, who has more from Thousand Palms.
So what we got going on this week? So first we're going to start with a completed project in Ranch Mirage. This was the slurry seal project, which was taking place all along Highway 111 in Ranch Mirage and a short section there on Monterey. Well, we're happy to announce that this project is complete, and the city of Rancho Mirage asked me to personally thank the residents and neighboring cities. A big thank you for the patience. This was a kind of a difficult project, so they wanted to extend a thank you to the valley and the residents of Rancho Mirage. But the crews did a really good job out there, kept everything safe, and we kept traffic moving pretty good. So with that, we're going to close out that project. I like to do that sometimes. Anyway, we're going to start with the second project in Palm Desert, which butts right up next to that project on the slurry seal. This is the bridge maintenance project in Palm Desert. This was projected to last about 3 weeks. They have made quite a bit of progress on this, so I'm not sure if that 3-week timeline is still good, but we'll get some more details on that for next week. But this has been down to 1 lane at times, and your alternate route for this one, if it's still going on, is going to be Monterey and Gerald Ford. So use that to kind of avoid this little area. And since the slurry seals project, you could also use Bob Hope. There's another option for you. Now we're going to go into the project the Water District's been doing on Cook Street. They're putting in a water line down there. And this project has been extended a little bit. It's going to go to October 30th. Your alternate routes for that is going to be Portola, Washington. There's a lot of changing traffic control there. They got a couple of signals in red flash. So you definitely want to try to avoid this area, especially during school drop-off and pickup. That area gets very busy by the high school. So if you want to avoid that area, use Washington Street or Portola. You could even use Monterey as well. Anyway, that's all I got for this week.
All right, some good advice there from Chris Gunterson with CV Sync. We thank him for that as we take a live look. Our Agua Caliente casino camera, downtown Palm Springs, checking in with our Pablo Alsina. Today, Pablo, you arrived in the Coachella Valley with our team here at the perfect time of the year because it's not 100 degrees out. It's beautiful this week.
Yes, the temperature's starting to go down. And look at this, a normal day for us, 95 degrees, the normal. But look at these two numbers. The record high, 115 degrees. That was just last year. And this is the one I really want you to see, 42 degrees back in 1932. What a huge change in temperatures. Hourly temperatures for today, they'll be slightly changing with the high coming in around 95 degrees at around 4 p.m. it should get up to 95 degrees. Now, Palm Springs is 95, but throughout the area, Banning is at 84, La Quinta at 96, Thermal at 97, and Yucca Valley, very comfortable, 83 degrees. And your 3-day comfort air forecast, 98 degrees on Tuesday, and all you see is sun, sun, sun. But in my full weather, you're going to see a day where we're going to see rain. Pablo's first week, and he brings rain. Yes, that's the type of positive energy I'm bringing to NBC Palm Springs. Back to you, Olivia.
We are tracking some breaking news this morning. Former Rancho Mirage council member and Mayor Dana Hobart has died at the age of 93. Hobart served on the city council from 2002 to 2021. He was mayor 5 times during that span. He played a key role in major city projects, including removing overhead power lines, stopping a proposed city border expansion, and helping annex the Agua Caliente casino, bringing in $400,000 annually. He also led pension reforms that saved the city millions of dollars and helped establish the Rancho Mirage Observatory. Mayor Ted Weil calling him a, quote, pillar of Rancho Mirage, a man of vision, integrity, and extraordinary devotion. The Bianca Ray Foundation brought together 550 middle school students on Saturday. It was for the 12th annual Ray of Hope retreat at the Palm Springs Convention Center. It's designed to give students practical tools to navigate life's challenges, build confidence, and foster resilience in the face of social pressures.
Today made me feel really inspired because I just thought I can feel like I can believe in myself and never doubt myself, and everyone should just know that you're good enough and you'll always be, and you just need to know that you are you.
You are you. You heard it there first. That was an amazing interview. Over the past 12 years, this retreat has become an empowering space where young people can openly discuss issues like mental health, bullying, social media pressures, and self-worth. Still ahead on your midday news, we're entering a new week of the U.S. government shutdown, ahead where lawmakers stand on reaching a deal. That's right after the break. And let's take another live look outside. This time, our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. A beautiful start to the week, but as you heard Pablo say, a chance of rain on the way for the Coachella Valley. We'll learn more about that in his full forecast, so stay with us.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning morning at 6 a.m. Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature and the emerging Lithium Valley, streaming on NBCPalmSprings.com.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 11.
Welcome back. Ballots are being mailed out starting today for the November 4th special election. One of the most talked about measures on this ballot is Proposition 50. Today, our Alondra Campos breaks down what the measure would do and what you need to know ahead of Election Day. Alondra?
That's right, Olivia. Ballots are on their way to homes across California today, and inside you'll find Proposition 50, a controversial redistricting measure that could reshape local political lines right here in the Coachella Valley. It is officially election season in California, and Proposition 50 is front and center on this year's special election ballot. The measure proposes transferring redistricting authority from the current bipartisan commission to a newly formed legislative panel, appointed by state lawmakers for a temporary period of time. Here in the Coachella Valley, that could mean realignment of district boundaries. This move would shift Palm Desert, Rancho Mirage, and La Quinta from Republican Ken Calvert's district to the 25th Congressional District, under the representation of Congressman and longtime Democrat Raul Ruiz. While Palm Springs and Indian Wells would fall under the 48th Congressional District, represented by Republican Darrell Issa. If approved, the measure could also impact cities across county borders, such as 29 Palms, which would also fall under Congressman Ruiz's district. On one hand, supporters say the move would ensure fairness.
This is about the response to Trump and Texas. Texas politicians rigged their districts. They voted for it in order to gain 5 seats. California is doing a temporary measure that retains the independent commission that will gain 5 seats in order to nullify what Texas is doing so that it's fair across the nation.
On the other, opponents call it a political power grab.
Nothing the government ever does is really temporary. You know, how many tax measures that they implement are temporary? Once it's implemented, it stays forever. So we have really no reason to believe that this will be temporary.
The fight over Proposition 50 is not only political, it is also financial. According to the California Secretary of State, Proposition 50 has raised approximately $250 million, making it the third most expensive ballot measure in the history of California. Opponents of the redistricting measure are largely funded by just 2 major donors who contributed over 90% of the $77 million raised for the campaign. As Election Day approaches, here are key dates voters should keep in mind. Ballot drop boxes open as soon as October 7th, and the voter registration deadline is on October 20th. Although the special election will take place on November 4th, early in-person voting begins as soon as October 25th. Now, also important to remember, ballots must be postmarked by or before November 4th to ensure that your vote counts. Live in studio, I'm Alondra Campos. Back to you, Olivia.
Alondra, thank you. Meanwhile, the federal government shutdown has now entered its second week without signs of a breakthrough. There were no successful talks over the weekend, and the House is not in session this week. NBC's Ryan Nobles has details.
The government shutdown, now 6 days old, but instead of negotiating, the two sides are still attacking.
The Democrats just need to open up the government. Right now, we're at a stalemate.
We need a president who can act like an adult, who can come to the table.
President Trump, who's largely been on the sidelines of this debate, is now front and center, warning mass layoffs of federal workers are coming.
That's taking place right now, and it's all because of the Democrats.
The White House has promised those cuts since before the shutdown started, but have yet to say when they will come. The threats have not stopped Democrats from holding firm that health care provisions must be a part of any deal to reopen the government.
Starting October 1st, millions of Americans are getting notices that their health care premiums are dramatically increasing.
The president wants changes first.
We want to fix it so it works. It's not working. Obamacare has been a disaster for the people.
As the shutdown marches on, military service members are among the thousands of federal workers now working without pay.
We will get our service members every last penny.
The law already guarantees back pay for all federal workers, including members of the military, once the shutdown ends. But in the interim, they and thousands of others won't be paid. And there is no sign that there is an end in sight.
That was Ryan Nobles reporting this morning. Ozempic and Wegovy are coming to a Costco near you. Novo Nordisk, the company that makes Ozempic and Wegovy, announcing it will be selling the prescription pens at Costco stores. A 4-week supply of the weight loss drug will cost $499 out of pocket. For members who have insurance, that price will depend on their plan. Let's go ahead and take another live look outside this morning, this time from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Rancho Mirage. You've got a view of the 10 there and a few major streets here in the Coachella Valley. As everyone gets their Monday rolling, our newest NBC Palm Springs team member, Pablo Alsina, is in right after the break with his 7-day forecast, so stay with us.
I'm Pablo with your weather. An absolutely gorgeous day. You're looking at the Walter Clark cam. And by the way, today's October 6th, so it's the beginning of the harvest supermoon. So make sure to get out tonight and see that gorgeous moon and enjoy the stars, not a cloud in the sky. And now for our full weather, seeing the temperatures right now, 90 degrees in Palm Springs. It's going to heat up to around 95 degrees, but 0.00% chance of rain. That's going to change later on in the week. Temperatures right now. Thousand Palms at 89 degrees. Big Bear City, a beautiful 57. I can't wait for it to snow again so I can go skiing. Not that good, but I'm learning. Banning at 81 degrees. High temperatures around the area. Los Angeles, where I'm from, down to 78 degrees. Palm Springs, the highest in the region, the same as Phoenix, at 95. And Las Vegas at 86 degrees. Now, the high temperatures in our area. Banning is at 84. Big Bear City at 65. Joshua Tree, a very comfortable 83. Gorgeous temperature and beautiful day to be out in Joshua Tree, especially to see that harvest super moon. And the low temperatures for tonight, Big Bear City is at 30. Palm Springs, a beautiful 70. Cabazon at 60 degrees. By the way, if it was Cabezon, would mean big head. A little Spanish lesson for you. But it's Cabazon at 60 degrees. Banning at 55 degrees. And if you're going to go for that beautiful walk, 6 p.m., around 86 degrees. And at midnight, a still perfect 75 degrees to really soak in that gorgeous moon. And our Comfort Air 7-day forecast, you see absolutely no rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But like I mentioned, on Friday, we will have some rain. So make sure to keep watching NBC Palm Springs and all your weather updates with your new friend, tu amigo, Pablo. I really love being here in Palm Springs. I'm still trying to decide where to live. So help me out with that. I need to know what area is best to live here while I work at NBC Palm Springs. I'm Pablo. Back over to Olivia.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
We're here at Veg ER for Pets in Palm Desert, the only 24/7 emergency care in the valley. If you're a pet owner like me, this has been a necessity for our fur babies for some time now. Here to talk to us more about their care is Dr. Keith Mahansky. Dr. Keith, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for being here.
So tell us a little bit about Veg ER for Pets and what makes it so different than any other hospital.
Yes, great question. So at Veg ER for Pets, we were founded under the philosophy that there were things about emergency care for pets that could be done better. We have a mission statement of helping people and their pets when they need it most. So we put a focus, of course, on the medicine and caring for the pets that come to see us, but also on the pet owners that, come as well, because it can be really stressful, not only for the pet, but also for the family when they do have an emergency.
And what happens the second somebody walks in the door?
So as you can see, we have an open concept ER. When our pet owners walk through the front door, they're immediately right in the heart of our treatment area, so they can see everything that's kind of going on in our emergency room. Our front desk staff will meet them at the door, walk them over to one of our triage tables, and a doctor will come over and see them right away. We will check, make sure that they're stable. Sometimes we do have a little bit of a wait time, but we can at least assess the patients right away and make sure that there's nothing critical that's going on with them.
Now, are us as pet parents able to stay with our fur babies the entire time, even overnight?
Absolutely. So one of the pillars that our company was founded on was keeping people and their pets together. As I mentioned, we know that this can be really stressful for not just the pets, but for the families that come in with them. And so we do try to keep the families a part of the full process. So from the moment that they walk through the front door, they're a part of the triage process. They can observe and be present with their pet when we do testing or any treatments that might be necessary. They're able to observe procedures if they're comfortable. And if their pet does need to be hospitalized, we have setups in our exam rooms that actually pull out 2 beds so that they can stay in the rooms with their pets if they do elect to do that.
And do you guys do any other care other than emergencies? And would you speak with our primary care vets as well?
So all we do is emergency. We focus on emergency care because that's what we do best. We do work with primary care vets in our area. As a newer hospital, we're working on building a network, but there's some really great primary care vets for things like vaccinations or spays and neuters. We do collaborate on cases. So, oftentimes they'll send us over cases. If there's a patient that needs to be hospitalized, we can do the treatments here, and then we keep in constant contact with them, send them medical records, but we want them to be a part of the process as well.
And how many locations does VEG have nationwide, as well as here in California? And where can we go for more information about locations by us?
So we recently opened our 109th hospital across the U.S. We are actually the 104th hospital here in Palm Desert. We were the 13th location in California, and we recently opened our 14th location here in California. So if you go on to veg.com, you can find the location that's closest to you. If you do have an emergency, it's just great to know that we're nearby.
Thank you so much. It's so amazing what you're all doing here. We as pet parents definitely appreciate it. It was so needed. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
And bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only
Before we go, you heard Pablo mention it earlier, but the harvest moon will be visible from tonight until early Tuesday. Should be extra special because this year it's also the first of 3 back-to-back supermoons. A supermoon happens when the moon reaches its nearest point to Earth, making it look larger and fuller. October's full moon is called the harvest moon because it's the full moon closest to the first day of fall. Historically, its bright light helped farmers finish their harvest for the year. And you know what? Last night, even though it wasn't quite in that full phase, it was still gorgeous to look at.
It was almost complete.
Yeah.
So I can't wait till tonight, and not a cloud in the sky, so it should be gorgeous. But rain coming up on Friday.
Oh, you brought us some good luck.
Yeah, look at that. Friday, some little rain for us.
We can always use a little rain
Yes.
here. All right, Pablo, thank you so much. We'll have more news at 5 and 6 here on NBC.